Having placed the intelligent walls and intelligent doors into the project, our next session is going to look at placing intelligent windows into the external walls. So if we just wheel around and have a look at this bottom corner of the workshop area, if you remember, internally we created two smaller workshops and we're going to put some windows into those spaces. We'll change our view style to wire lines so that you can see the two spaces that we're talking about. So it's the spaces here between the first two bays. Now we need to make sure that we're working with full ownership of the relevant layers. If you remember from the sessions relating to the doors, we were emphasizing that we need to take ownership when we're working in a multi-user project, as we are here, and we need to maintain this codependency between the intelligent walls and the intelligent windows that we're about to place. So if we go to our window editor, press F2, and if we select the two external wall layers, and let's just make sure that we own them. In fact, it's quite clear at the moment that we don't, so we just select that box. And we also need to make sure that the external window layer is the currently set layer that we're going to create these windows on. It's not an essential requirement for the intelligent objects to be split among layers, but it just as with all of the work that you've done previously in MicroGDS, it makes sense to structure your data both in terms of object names and in layers. If you prefer to work on the same layer with all of your intelligent objects, there's nothing to stop you. MicroGDS will be perfectly prepared to let you do that. Click on close, zoom in a bit further. Creating an intelligent object window is a very similar process to creating an intelligent object door that we've covered in the earlier videos. So we go straight to our object menu, select new, pick our object name from the name that you're already familiar with using. This isn't a specific intelligent object set of names, this is just my normal standard object naming system. It's set up with the naming assistants that you may be using. The only thing is that we have to use the first facet, in this case of IFC window, to link the object with the window styles that are available. Click on OK and snap anywhere in the drawing window to place the origin. Again, as with the doors, we shouldn't try and place it directly into the wall. We need to set up the window before we can establish the link between the window and the wall. Then Control and Q will open up the Properties window, and we can see that the list of parameters that we have at the moment is a little shorter than we've seen for doors. So we'll select the object style. In this case there's just window available, and it populates the window with a set of default values that are probably not suitable. The number of possible permutations for window sizes and configurations is huge, and it's unlikely that any set of default values would ever be ideal. What you can do, and we're not going to cover it in this video, it is something that we may be able to do in a later video, is you can set up your own default values and save the style. So you could have, for example, if you had a window that was always 800mm wide and as commonly used in your project, you could set up a style window 800, just as an example. What we're going to do is leave the single panel set, but you've got the options of dividing the window into a number of panels. There aren't any options like Georgian style or anything like that at the moment, but you can do that with something called a user object, which is going to be something that we'll look at in a later video. So select single panel. I'm going to make the overall height of the window 1500mm. This is the opening height that you're defining here, not the head height, and the overall width I'll make 750mm. And notice that as with the doors, the options of constrained and free are available. Free would allow you to snap any position in the wall and the window would just be placed wherever you snapped. Constrained means that whatever height you specify for the base of the opening will be measured from the baseline of the wall into which you place the window. So we're going to set a base height here of 600mm. Okay, we're not going to adjust any of the other values at the moment. We'll leave those as they are, and we'll close the properties window, and you see that the window has been created for us, and we can just click and drag that onto the wall into the position that we want it. and it jumps up to the correct base height. And we can just select that and repeat it along the wall. And let's make another one. And I'm going to select all three of those, and I'm going to repeat them in a single operation into the second room there. So you're not confined to copying one at a time. You can select as many of these as you wish and copy them around. And as with the doors, as we'll see in a moment, these will align themselves with the wall correctly. We'll select just one of these windows, it doesn't matter which, and we'll repeat that and move along to the back wall of the dealership area into this office space. Just place a window on the back wall there, and it aligns itself nicely for us. Let's just make another copy there, and we'll place a third one on the wall to the staircase. Now, stairs have not been implemented as intelligent objects in this first release of 2010, but an update will be coming that includes them, hopefully quite soon. For the time being, I've created some conventional MicroGDS 3D objects for the stairs. So we need to include that layer in this window. So if we go to our window editor, F2, look at our layer list, scroll down, and we see there are the stairs. Just drag those into the view, and I'm going to give them an orange colour. Click on close, and we can see them appearing in the view there. There are three stairs, two of them are conventional straight flights with dog legs, and then there's a curved staircase that's actually in the showroom area. That's going to be a challenge to the developers of these intelligent objects. I'd want to see how they handle that one. Right, so let's zoom into the area we're interested in, which is this staircase here. Turn off our z=0 lock, then use our query position, snap on the top edge of the landing, and it tells us it's 950 millimeters above the working plane, and the working plane is the same level as our floor. So the sill of this window needs to be 950 millimeters plus the normal sill height above its current position. So if we go to Control Q to open the properties panel for that window, it's the only one that's selected. What we do is we just edit the base height and we add 950 millimeters to that value there. So that basically is 1550.0. Let's return. Close the properties window, and the staircase and the window are now in the correct relationship. Okay, that should be fine. We can place more windows now. We can copy this one to the other elevation. Let's just rotate around there, zoom in, and we'll spin it through 180 degrees to align it with the wall here. Again, it should pop up so it's in the right relationship to the landing on the staircase. And we'll put a couple more windows in this back office area here. So let's select these two here and just repeat them from where they are across here. And I think we'll add a third one in this case, so we just repeat one of them across. Oops. Drag it along. Okay, and again, I'm not positioning these precisely, I'm just being casual again with the positioning of these things. It's almost like sketching with the intelligent objects, and once you have a scheme that's looking like you want it, you can start to tweak it to the level of accuracy that you need.